Oha's interest is oftentimes, largely, not in the best interest of our maka'ainana, of our people. Yeah, and we talk about, when I look at things like ceded land settlement, you know, I cannot help but wonder, how is this going to help Joki Aloha, the average brother in Waianae? How is getting lands in Banyan Drive and Kaka'ako going to alleviate the suffering of our majority of our homeless people on the Waianae coast? I've been homeless in Waianae in '96. I live on the beach, and I know what it's like to live in this kind of weather when your blue tarps, they're ripping, and you know, see, Oha is irrelevant to people right now down Kea'au Beach Park. So one of the things that we talked about was, you know, they're putting out this call for this kukulu kumuhana thing to pull in, to pray for what I see is really their agenda. And part of it is we have to start acting independent. And we have to start understanding that with our independence comes the acceptance or acknowledgement of our interdependence, and how we need to start doing things on our own terms and being more proactive. So for me, one of the things I thought about in my mana'o was, hey, we gotta come and pull it for what we need. And we gotta come and engage in our own spiritual protocol for what we desire. That's what this is about today. You know, we're looking at a lot of issues facing us this year, from settlements to now the most recent one I just became aware of is this bill to federalize important places where Hawaiians congregate and use as our base for our movement, such as the palace. And this throws another layer of government oppression on us now. So now it goes from getting you know, the enforcement from the state now becoming a federal level of enforcement. So these are the kind of things that we need to, I think, come together and strengthen and work on, and continue to ku'e in the traditions of our ancestors, and you know. But today mainly was really a call from Uncle Soli. How can we come together again and try to strive for unity on our terms, and not be hindered or inhibited by outside interests. For me, my focus now is Lahui, principled Lahui unity, and so that's what this is about. So really, mainly we're going to have protocol and ceremony at the ahu in response to the issues and doing it on our terms. We bought ho'okupu, and we want to ask everyone to feel comfortable to be involved and to ho'omana the good things that's in the best interest of our Lahui. That's pretty much it.
We're going hui up at the Queen statue. Andre and I cut tea leaf yesterday for kahili, so we need 4 kahili bearers. And from that point, Andre going to conduct pikai. We're going to do eho mai, na'au makua, and pule pale, yeah?
Yeah.
And
one of the things that we're trying, you know, it's very important in my learning of our pule pale is something that we need to invoke, to pule, to pray for our protection, yeah? To pale these assaults and these things that are being thrown at us. So that's some of the mana'o that we have. Also, to explain the lau ki, like explain why we call for a tea leaf. Part of it was the tea leaf is always used to pale, yeah? To cleanse and to clear the way. But we also have a use and a function for the tea leaf at the end of the ceremony. Kelii can explain that.
so, you know, once we get our kahili bearers, we're going to establish on pu'uhunua. Everybody going to be within. And then the tea leaf, the reason why we asked, like Andre said, was one is to pale, but the other one is to make lei, one long strand, so we can give together as a whole kupu to put on the ahu. just kind of like, you know, going along with the theme of like unity, you know, like to really want lay together is, I think, a very powerful thing in you know, symbolizing our unity, both, you know, physically but spiritually and mentally, you know. So I guess we can start with that. Andre and I gonna grab some of the stuff, and then I guess we can hui up at the Queen statue, and then once we get everything set, we start moving, come down to the main gate here, and then head over towards the burial mound. We're gonna do some protocol there, and then to the ahu. And then from that point, we can close the ceremony and then start, you know, kukakuka, talk about what we like do in the future. Because for the most part, everybody here is pretty ma'a already to the facts. What we need to do now is organize what we're going to do in the future. We have a lot of resources here, and it can be a powerful thing, I think.
Our aumakua, our kupuna, to be with us, to support us, to guide us. Yeah. Sometimes it's the struggle and the battle for justice is not only in the ledge, not only in the physical realm. We have to, I believe, tap into the spiritual realm, and that's what we're trying to do today. So, real quick, we're just gonna pikai everybody. We're gonna open with basic pule, ehomai, na'au makua. I will offer a pule kala. In my training, we pray for understanding that we are only human, and none of us are perfect. We can make mistakes at any given time. We pule kala, we ask for forgiveness in advance. Before I make the mistake, in my humility and humbleness, I'm acknowledging that I am human and I may make mistakes. So we pule kala before we go to our ahu, before we go near the iwi, etc. We're also going to utilize, as Kelii said, the different pule pale, prayers for protection and cleansing. So we'll kind of facilitate that, and if I can just ask everyone, if you're comfortable, join in on the pule or the oli. And once we get to the ahu, we will sort of organize the ho'okupu, and want to encourage anyone and extend the offer. If you have it, your pule or personal oli that you would like to offer up at that time, please feel welcome to do so. So with that, I think we'll get started with just our opening with our pikai.
And ehomai.
And then ehomai na'au makua, and we'll have pule pale and pule kala. Then we'll proceed with our procession. Once we start to walk, we're going to go through the gate here. We can just ask everybody to kind of form into a, I guess they would call it papakawa, yeah, one formation, just one rectangular formation, and we'll have the lauki on the two in the front, sort of in the middle, two in the front corners, two in the back corners, and then two bringing up the rear. Yeah, so we're surrounded by our lauki to create that sacred space, that pu'ohonua, as we go through all these sheriffs and government officials who are very uncomfortable with us.